setup is, this is in response to somebody asking about my having to drive in to work, drive to the ponies. My setup is that I have a house, I bought a house, but it's about 30 to 40 minutes drive from where I am now, the barn field. And the same again to Farmer Rob's, but there's about 15-20 minutes in between here and Farmer Rob's just because of the turnings you have to make. So I am always like 40 minutes away from the ponies, which, no, it's not ideal. Yeah, it's nice decompression time, the drive, like separate work from home and home from work, except that it's not, because I do a lot of my editing and posting when I get home. But yeah, I don't mind the drive. Probably, well, I suppose the use of time is a bit frustrating, but also the diesel. I probably spend near £100 a week on diesel at the moment, so that's not ideal. But the thing is, I couldn't afford to buy near here because this is near to, well, it's just inside the Lake District. Like we're literally on the border, and it's out of my price range. So I was renting in this area, and that's how I started the livery yard, which is just nearby this, and it's the same landlord as here, and that's how I got onto this land and rented this barn, because it's the same landlord as where I started a livery yard. And so I was renting in this area, but I wanted to buy. You get to an age and a financial situation, and buying is, the next sort of step, and a sensible step. So I wanted to buy a house, but I couldn't have bought in this area. It's just out of my reach. Buying alone was one thing, so it's only one income, and I'd been self-employed for quite a long time and not doing anything particularly spectacularly wonderfully financially good. That's a terrible set of words. Yeah, not earning loads basically. So I had the coffee trailer, was brand new at the time, so I had no real books to show for that. The livery yard was there, but so I had those books, but it wasn't enough to make anyone want to lend me very much as a single person with that as my only income. So yeah, there wasn't really anything that they were prepared to lend me based on. I had a small deposit, and I was really fortunate that family were lending me a bit more, so I had some deposit. And my house was, well, it was priced at, I think it was on at 80,000, I think, if I remember right. Or was it like maybe it was like 72, and I offered 60, and they took it straight away. And then I had a survey done, and it turned out that the roof was a bit knackered and was needing doing. So I went back to them and renegotiated a little bit, and like sort of split the cost of the roof with them basically, and got it for 58,000. So I bought a house for 58,000, which doesn't sound like a lot of money, does it, for a house? And it was in project status, and it still is. And I had enough left to do the basics, like a functioning bathroom. I got a log burner put in, and I did all the windows, replaced the windows. So basically making it sort of a better insulated and functional, but all the decoration still to be done. It had obviously been smoked in heavily. It was very nicotine, well, still is very nicotine stained. The kitchen is, it's just, I'd love to do like walk people around, and sort of show a bit on social media, but I can't. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. We did decorate the bedroom and put a new floor down in the bedroom. No, it's not finished, but it's like, done, like replastered, repainted, new floor, and a new window is in that one. And the same with this. It's 2 bedrooms. Same with the other bedroom. So new windows, floor, and replastered and painted. And the bathroom suite was new and replastered. I never got a bathroom floor. I still haven't got a bathroom floor now. Yeah, now it's 4 years on. Is it 4 years already? Yeah, I think it's 4 years since I bought it. So, yeah, it's still in project status. But the thing is, it's money. It comes down to money, and not having it to spend on the house, and feeling like I will when I need to. If I have it, like when I have to, but which will probably be when I want to sell. Otherwise, I've got other priorities for my money. I would rather, if I have the spare money, I would rather spend it on these lot, the ponies. So because it's just me and the dog, I'm kind of happy living in a project house. I don't really care. I don't really even notice it. Only time I notice it is if somebody wants to come round, and then I'm really embarrassed of the state that I live in. But honestly, I don't care. Yeah, but when I want to sell it, I will obviously have to finish the decoration and everything. Like, I haven't got the stairs is just, like boards. There's no carpet, there's nothing on the stairs. Yeah, the kitchen's, oh, it always wants ripping out. It just wants ripping out, doesn't it, Annie Fanny? Annie's come to see me, good lass. Yeah, it all wants redoing. Anyway, so I live in a cheap house, but I was lucky to be able to buy it because I had, like I said, I had a bit of a deposit, but not a lot and very little income, and they would only lend me on a 33-year term. So 33 years, which I didn't need to borrow a lot. I think I was lucky they gave it me, to be honest. I think there was a good chance like everyone would have just said no. And just not long after that, the interest rates really went up as well. So I'm really lucky to have got it with an affordable interest rate. And my mortgage payment is really small. It's really affordable mortgage payment, but it is over 33 years, which means that essentially in these sort of 4 years that I've had it, I've paid off like almost nothing in the capital. And I think over the full length of the term, I will end up spending almost double what I borrowed, I think. I really need to. I mean, when I did it, I had no choice, really. It was that or nothing. And renting is so dear. Because I was renting on the livery yard as well, and I was leaving the yard, I couldn't really stay renting the property. So, it was definitely the right thing to do. And I love my little house, even though it's in a complete project status. I love it. It's my little safe haven. It's only me and Jack. We don't mind. We'd like a garden, wouldn't we? And we'd like to not be in the town that we're in, perhaps. It's not, it's not the bestest of towns, but it's got a lovely community, put it that way. Yes, it has got some dodgy areas, but I suppose so is everywhere. But it's got a really nice community, and I knew that before I moved in because I had my coffee trailer and lots of my customers were from this town, and everyone was like, why would you want to go and move there? And I was like, well, because I know lots of people that live there, and everyone is really, really nice. And it's true, it has got a lovely community. Oh, and you're literally undressing me. Get off. Get off. You a rotter. Right, I'm having to move because Annie's literally taking my t-shirt off. So yes, I would like to live much nearer to the ponies, but I'm sure that I could live in a nicer area if I did. There's lots of little nice villages around this way, but I couldn't afford it. It's out of my realms of financial possibility at the moment. But that's part of the dream. Part of the dream is to buy somewhere more rural and more cottagey and not so little, townhouse. Yeah, I'm not going to put it down because I love it. And it's a great starting house, but somebody commented saying, oh, they'd love to see my house because they're really interested in like to see old farmhouses and things. And I'm like, ooh, that's not me. I'm in a town. I am on the dodgy side of the town, but I'm at the good end of a dodgy street. So I'll have you know that. And my neighbours are all really lovely, and it's actually my end of the street is quiet. It's it's just how it is. I went the route of working abroad a lot, not getting paid a lot, and traveling and doing things, not building a big career which would give me a big salary, which would give me a big mortgage capacity or a big deposit. I went a different route and never had a lot of money. Was really fortunate to have a little deposit and then family to lend me a bit extra, and to luckily get lent enough to buy this cheap house and get myself on the property ladder that way. And the fact that my mortgage is so affordable, I'm so lucky. I got a fixed term for 5 years, and which is good. So I've got 1 more year of that, and then probably it will go up quite a lot because the rates are so different now. But at that point I would have paid off the loan to family. So I think at the same time, so I'm thinking hopefully I'll be able to absorb the difference in the mortgage payment monthly with not having to pay the loan to the family, because that would be paid off. So yeah, I went a different route, and I'm lucky to have got what I've got. And if I'd have gone the career route, like I did work in financial services before I went travelling, and if I'd have stuck with that, I'm sure I could have a big salary and savings and been able to borrow a lot more and buy a nice rural country house. But it's just not the route I went, so didn't have that capacity. So I'm on a different stage of life, different stage of things, with my little cheap low economic town house, but it's mine. And yeah, it is 40 minutes away from the ponies, but hey, it's near a beach. It's coastal, so it's Jack and I can walk from the house. We're on the beach in 15 minutes, and it is stunning. So there's loads to love about it. There really is. I don't hate it at all. Yeah, it's not where I see myself finishing, but I'm so grateful for it. From the minute I moved in, I loved it, as in like it was my just little haven, my little just close the door, just me and Jack. And it was the first time I'd not been a tenant, so to just be able to think this is mine and I don't have to think, oh, I wonder if my tenancy will get renewed, or it was just, I have to upset the landlord by doing this or something. Not that I go around upsetting landlords, but just that feeling that it was mine. So as much as I would love to live nearer the ponies, and it would save time, definitely. Times like when we have snow and things and it's tricky, there's a big long hill between between here, the barn field, and my house, and that's always sketchy when it's icy. So to live nearer would be a bit less concerning in bad weather, or when there's something wrong with one of the ponies, like when Ginny was poorly and I came back through. Farmer Rob, luckily, he's on site where she is, and he'd been spotting her, and I could get back to her because he'd spotted her. But it still took me. By the time he phoned me, max, it was an hour really. By the time he phoned, we chatted about it. I'd got myself together and got through to his. So yes, it would be better to live nearer. On site would be ideal, I suppose. Then you'd have no separation. But I think I'd cope with that. To live on site, like when I had my livery yard, that was awesome, to live on site with it all. But then you don't get that separation or kind of time out from it. So there is that as well. But no, so that's my setup. I do own my house. Well, I have a mortgage on my house, which I just desperately need to pay off sooner than the 33 years, because it's just costing me so much extra overall to have it, just because of the length of the term. But that was the only option I had, and I think another year or two later, when the financial world changed a little bit, I don't think I would have got it. So I think I'm really lucky to have got that. I remember speaking to one mortgage advisor, and he looked at like what I had, like the books from the businesses, and he's like, there's nothing here, I can't do anything with this. I was like, oh, like, felt literally hopeless. So I feel lucky to have got what I've got. I do love it, but it isn't the final step in the road in terms of houses, for sure. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can reduce overpay, so reduce the term of the mortgage by overpaying, and I haven't yet, but I hope that I will. And then, yeah, maybe finish the decoration at some point, and I need a whole new kitchen, and then everything else just needs redecorating, replastering and redecorating, and then sell, and maybe I can move somewhere a bit nearer with a bit more country ruralness to it. But whatever, it's just where I sleep and sit on the sofa making, editing and posting social media content. So yeah, that's yeah, thanks for asking, and that's that.